Hello there, my flock. The Badraven here, and the man, the myth, the legend,
Drew Drop.
Drew Drop. What are we gonna do today, Drew Drop?
Well, it's time is the end of another year. The 2024, the year of 2024 has reached an end. It is now officially getting ready to be 2025, so it is time for our annual top 10 movies of 2024.
Yes.
And I can't believe the year's already over that fast. I mean, it just seemed like we just started the year and we're already done again. So we're all going to do our top 10 movies of 2024. I'm going to let my dad start first, Badraven. If he sounds a little off, it's because he's a little sick right now. Because every time after Christmas, everybody gets sick and stuff.
All right, we'll start with number 10. As you know, with this, we're going to work backwards, and we do not know each other's lists.
Yeah, we don't know each other's lists.
And now some movies may not be on here, not because they're not good. We didn't watch every movie that came out.
We didn't.
We only got to watch a few that we actually went out to the movie theater and seen. Forgive us there. This is our own opinions, and this is what we like. Okay, well then I'll go first. All right. For the top 10 movies of 2024, my number 10 movie is The Best Christmas Pageant Ever.
Ooh.
I picked this movie because I really liked the message of the movie. The movie was super low budget, maybe not the best acting in the world in it, but it had a very, very good meaning for Christmas, true meaning of Christmas, and I definitely moved it up on my list because of that. It had, the girl that played Mary in the play was awesome. The main woman, I can't think of her name right now, she played the mother. Thought she was awesome too, and I think it would be one of those movies that people will watch during Christmas a lot.
It was definitely a good movie.
Yeah, that's really definitely my number 10 movie.
All right, my number 10 movie of 2024 is The Fall Guy. I really enjoyed this movie. It was a really good, fun movie. When I first watched it, my hopes were not really high because I just didn't really like the trailers that came out, and I think that's what led to it bombing at the box office. Was just the trailers weren't that great for it. So I had really low expectations, but it did shock me. It was a lot better than I thought it was going to be. It was just a fun ride from beginning to end. Like, it was really quirky and really stupid in a lot of parts. Really goofy, stupid movie. Yeah. But it was still fun, and I really enjoyed it, so I had to put it on number 10 on my list.
All right, just moving right along. My number 9 was The Bike Riders. I got a lot of flack from the Movie Freak 2000 for liking this movie. I thought it was a very well-made drama. Austin Butler was superly great in this movie, and Tom Hardy also was very good. Their chemistry together, along with Jodie Comer?
Jodie Comer.
Yeah, Jodie Comer. All three of them together made a good trifecta. I thought they pulled the movie. It was based on a true story. I liked everything in it as far as the story goes, and I really liked the ending. I liked all of it. As far as if you want a drama, I think it was a very good drama for 2024. My number 9.
All right. My number 9 pick is Godzilla and Kong: The New Empire. This movie was really, this was one of my favorite MonsterVerse movies, solely because it was just everything I wanted in a MonsterVerse movie. It had Godzilla, it had King Kong, had them fighting monsters, and it was beyond of what even Godzilla vs. Kong did. It was just really action-packed. And if you're a Godzilla fan, you really enjoyed it. I'm sure you really enjoyed it. I had a fun time watching it. It's not really one of those movies that, is supposed to be, insanely, methodical or serious or anything, but it was still really good. I felt like all the actors did a good job in the movie, and I enjoyed this one. I really did. Godzilla is the GOAT, bro. He is the GOAT. And his his what to call it, his form in this with the purple like spikes. That was actually a reference to Rose Goku Black from Dragon Ball Super. The people that made it said that, and I thought that was super cool. So for that reason, I have it at number 9 on my list.
Okay, my number 8 is Godzilla and Kong, the New Empire. Just like he said, I love the special effects. I love Godzilla and Kong being on the same side, fighting monsters together. The story was just good enough to get it into the action, which is all it really needed, was them to fight more monsters and to be kicking butt and everything. So I definitely loved it just for the popcorn movie of it all. You know, I think it's a good. I don't know if it's the end of the trilogy, but I thought it was a good trilogy of movies, and this capped it off. My number 8.
Nice pick. All right, my number 8 is Speak No Evil. Speak No Evil is my number 8. I was really, really surprised by this movie. Of course, I'm a big fan of James McAvoy. My dad knows this. I'm a big fan of James McAvoy. If you're a big fan of James McAvoy, you're going to love this movie, because I absolutely loved it. It was great from beginning to end. It's a little slow, but I kind of like that because it kind of gave me the same feeling as The Menu did. It has like I'm sure probably had to have some of the same people that worked on The Menu that worked on this movie, because it had some of the same camera work, had some of the same tropes of The Menu. It was definitely really similar to that movie, but I thought it was really, really good. The drama, the tension, the thriller aspect of this movie was just really, the tension was there, and it really, really sold you how crazy and how evil this guy was that James McAvoy played, and it was just really good crafted horror thriller movie, and that's why it's on my list.
Alright, my number 7 moving along is The Fall Guy. Now, if you had told me I would have picked this movie after my review of this, when me and you and the Groovy Agent went and watched it, when I first watched it, I did not like this movie. I thought it was marketed wrong. I thought it didn't live up to the love story and stuff like that. But it goes to show you, when you watch a movie twice, sometimes it helps you to get the real meaning of the movie. And I guess it kind of slowed down the movie in my head, and I liked it a lot better. Is it perfect? No. I like the Ryan Gosling, Emily Blunt mixture, their chemistry. Thought they did a very good job. The story is very hokey, but I like that.
Very over the top.
Very over the top, and I did have a problem with that. But as far as just fun, like I said, popcorn movie like with Godzilla, this was a good popcorn like date movie, I guess you would say. So I make that my number 7.
All right. My number 7 is The Lord of the Rings, The War of the Rohirrim. This movie just came out, so I'm fresh off of watching this one. I absolutely enjoyed the movie. The animation was amazing. It's supposed to fit in line with the Peter Jackson movies of The Lord of the Rings. I never watched the Peter Jackson Lord of the Rings movies. I know a lot of people will kill me for that, and I will eventually watch them. But I just never got around to watching them. When it comes to like the Tolkien lore and like the stuff about like Middle Earth and everything, I'm not into the deep lore of Lord of the Rings. So I don't know about all that. I know a lot of people don't like this movie because it doesn't really fit with the timeline, because they kind of change some certain things to make a story happen. I, however, kind of looked past that, because first off, I'm just not as big into the universe. It was just a good standalone movie. Hera was a really good protagonist. I really cared about her. I thought she was a good character in the movie. Helm Hammerhand was a good character. I thought one of the scenes towards the later half of the movie was probably one of the most greatest scenes of chivalry I've ever seen. It was so heroic, and for that reason, I just really liked it. And the background animation and the effects and everything looked really good as well too. And the music was great. So for that reason, is now on my list.
My number 6 is Sonic the Hedgehog 3. This one may not be as high as the Drew Drop thought it should be on my list, but I like Sonic movies, don't get me wrong. They're just not, they don't hold as much weight as some other movies did for me. That's what pushed it back on me. I still thought it was very well done. I liked it capping off all the other movies before it, the trilogy, which I know it's going to not be a trilogy. It's going to be, they're already said they're going to do number 4. But as far as just plain fun movie, Sonic, Tails, Shadow, Knuckles, all of them coming together and doing their thing with of course, Jim Carrey as Dr. Eggman. I thought they all made a very good, not really wrap up, but a really good story for the entire universe of Sonic. And I think that it makes you want to see more movies of it. So, I mean, for that alone, it was just superly well done. Superly, the CGI with the with the characters on screen were great. The human actors were just kind of side products, because really they probably spent more time on the actual, just the CGI characters better, because the voice actors really stole the show for me.
Oh, yes.
I did like Jim Carrey, but he has a tendency to do his Grinch a lot. I still, 2 of them on the screen pushed it, but still it was a great movie. So that is my number 6.
Okay. My number 6 is Smile 2. Another great horror movie. I absolutely liked this movie a lot. It was a good sequel to the first Smile. It, of course, stars Naomi Scott in the movie. She's a really great actress, and she did a really amazing job in this movie. It made you on the edge of your seat a lot of times. It was a lot gorier than I thought it was going to be, but I really enjoyed that. I loved it. It basically took what the first one did and decided to improve upon it in every conceivable way, and I really felt that when watching this movie. I enjoyed it from beginning to end. If you're a Smile fan or a horror fan, I highly recommend it. I thought it was a really well done movie, especially a good sequel to Smile. That was my number 6 pick.
All right, we're getting in the top 5. It's getting the nitty gritty now.
All right,
the top 5 for me is The Beekeeper. The Beekeeper was a movie that I didn't expect anything from. I'm not the biggest Statham fan. Mm-hmm. I like his action movies, don't get me wrong, but sometimes the stories are a little weak on them.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
basically action through the whole entire thing. But this one, I liked the story that told of the woman and that he befriended and the problems with her and him helping out and him being an elite beekeeper. I thought it rivaled John Wick as far as his bad butt persona. I think it was action from start to finish.
Oh yes, it was.
I just really loved his performance in it, Jason Statham, and can't give it any more higher marks. It made it into my top 5, and I think it is worthy of top 5, and it is The Beekeeper on my list.
All right, nice pick there. All right, number 5 on my list is Alien Romulus. This is my number 5 pick. Another horror movie. It was a good year for horror fans. I absolutely loved it. It was a good return to form for Alien. It was what an Alien movie should be. I did not expect it to be this high up on my list, to be honest. But there is one particular reason, which is the actress. I mean, I love her to death. I forgot her name. She's one of my favorite aspects of this movie. You'll know why I like this movie because of that reason. But besides that,
he's a thigh man.
Yeah, I am. I like her. But in terms of the the kills, how graphic it was. It was really graphic, how aliens should be. It was the atmosphere. The atmosphere was the best part of Alien Romulus. It was really mysterious. It was a lot of dark cave, not caves, but like dark sections of the ship, and and it was really kept you on the edge of your seat. And like especially the ending, I was like, whoa! I was really taken off by surprise. It was like. It was crazy. I really liked it. So that's number 5 on my list.
All right, cruising right along. Guess what? My number 4 is Alien Romulus. Now, when this movie came out, I wasn't looking forward to watching it because it was going to be a streaming movie. The last I'd heard on Hulu or something like that, and they watched it. Ridley Scott watched it, the original director of Alien. And he said it deserved to be on the big screen. And I don't know if they upped the budget some, gave them more better special effects, because it did. It's the closest callback besides Aliens to the original Alien movie. Now, Aliens was more action movie than the original Alien was, and this one kind of tried to, walk the line between both movies, which it wasn't it set between these two movies, Alien and Aliens?
Yeah, it's set after the first Alien, but before Alien.
And it nailed it. The director of this movie nailed the feel of an Alien movie. He nailed the fear of the xenomorph, of the alien itself. And he gave it to you in a way that was spooky and kind of creepy feeling of the alien being around, don't know when it's going to come. And I love movies like that where you're stuck on a ship, you got to get out of there, and there's a creature in your way. The girl in it that he was talking about, awesome performance. The guy that played the android did really good. Their chemistry together really paid off. I thought special effects was great. I thought the cinematography was great. It was just a really good movie, and that's my number 4.
Oh yes, I like that movie a lot. Okay, so number 4 on my list is The Bike Riders.
Whoa, yours is a lot higher than mine.
I absolutely love this movie. I loved it way more than my dad, obviously.
But it was in my top 10.
When I watched it, recently I've been getting into a lot more, dramatic movies and a lot more slower paced movies. And this came right at the right time, because I remember when I watched it, it was just, I thought it was awesome. I thought the storyline was awesome, especially like the drama that happens between the gang and and what happens there. Tom Hardy as the leader of the biker gang, and him and Austin Butler. Oh my gosh, that was the best part of the movie. Their dynamic, and how they look out for each other and everything like that. It was just so it was really spot on. You couldn't cast anybody that could do it better than them. They fit perfect, and it was just enjoyable from beginning to end. I loved the emotion at the end of it. I was just like I was satisfied. Like I was like, this is a good movie. I don't care what Movie Freak says. I like it.
Yeah, yes. I also add on there. I like Tom Hardy's voice that he did.
Oh yeah, the voice that he did.
Yeah, that little voice he did, like
New
Jersey voice.
It was a good movie.
It was really cool.
Yeah.
All right, my number 3 is Smile 2.
Smile 2.
A lot higher than yours. But not too bad. You had like 5, didn't you?
I think like 5 or 6, somewhere around there.
Smile 2. Me and Andrew kind of come to love these series of movies, and we know there's going to be a Smile 3 after Smile 2. And
don't
want to give anything away, but this really builds the lore of the Smile creature. Whatever the heck it is, we're trying to figure out what is real, what is not real. This one takes it to the next level. You got a singer. The girl that plays the singer, Naomi Scott, she did an awesome job. I'm talking about, and I'll say awesome a lot on these reviews, but she did very well. I thought she rivaled the first girl, the Bacon girl from the first movie.
Oh, yes.
Kevin Bacon's daughter. And I think that she elevated it. And I love the premise of her being a rock star and getting this curse. It was a really neat aspect. Now, the ending of this movie, it really leaves it open for a part 3, and I don't know how they're going to do it. But when you watch it, you'll be like me, scratching your head, how are they going to pull this off? But it's on a grander scale, that's for sure.
We'll find out in 2 years when it comes out.
It's definitely coming out. I can't wait to see more about the Smile Creature.
Oh, yes.
But that is my number 3.
All right. My number 3 is Inside Out 2. I absolutely love this movie. I love the first Inside Out, and Inside Out 2 does what it should have been. Is that it's the first Inside Out, which is already a masterpiece, but better. And somehow it went past my expectations. Disney knocked it out of the park with this movie. They knew what they were doing. Pixar, this is a return to form that was needed for them. They had a lot of flops. They had a lot of failure back in the past. So for them to have this movie, it was really good. Joy was just a good shining light of the movie. I liked the whole storyline between what was going on in Riley's head about anxiety. Anxiety was a good, I guess, antagonist of that movie. Good emotion of that movie. It brought out a lot of emotion, and it was really good for younger audiences, but it was also really good for older audiences because I'm 23 years old, about to be 24 in 2025, and when I watched some parts of this movie, it literally was powerful. Like, I was really emotional because it really stuck with me. Like, as an adult, you know certain things that is explained in the movie, and it really hits you. And for that reason, I had to put it this high up because I really, really love this movie. So that's number 3 for me.
All right. My number 2 is Inside Out 2. Mine's a little bit higher than his, but like he said, it had everything in it. I didn't think they could top the original Inside Out. Me and Andrew are dudes and stuff, so by talking about a little girl going through emotions, you wouldn't think we would like this type of movie, but we liked the original a lot. So when we went to watch this one, I wasn't expecting nowhere near that, and for it to top it with, like he said, with all the extra emotions, it really helped with, like he said, with the anxiety, all the different things they show that. And I think it really helps kids to see that there's other, even though there's CGI characters and stuff, the other things are going through the same type of stuff they're going through. I like that aspect of it. I liked how Riley was shown that she wanted to be a good person. It talked about being a good person and not being a good person. Yes. And a lot of movies don't do that. A lot of movies want to leave everything in the gray area, but I felt like this one really took the reins and made it a really thought-provoking movie about Riley, and I like the way that they tied that all together. That is why it ranks up there as my number 2.
All right, my number 2 is My Hero Academia. You're Next. This is, of course, the 4th My Hero Academia movie. I saw this twice at the movie theaters, and as a die-hard My Hero Academia fan and an anime fan, you guys all knew this was going to be at least in the top 3, and it's on top 2. It's a number 2, and I loved it. I thought it was a really great movie. All the English cast did really good because I saw the dub version. I thought Dark Might was a really fantastic villain. It's not my favorite movie out of the My Hero Academia movies, but it was still peak. The fights were awesome. It was enjoyable from beginning to end. I liked the romance storyline in it. It was just... I really enjoyed this movie. I really enjoyed it. And if you're a My Hero Academia fan, I highly recommend you check it out when it comes on Blu-ray. Because I know a lot of people didn't get to see it when it was in theaters. When it does come out on Blu-ray in 2025, I want you guys to watch it because it's so good. Number 2 on my list is My Hero Academia. You're Next.
All right, my final pick, and Andrew knows I really like this movie a lot.
Yeah.
He knows it means a lot to me. I like the actresses in it.
Oh yeah.
Well, and that is Madam Web. Madam Web is my number 1 movie of 2024, and there's nothing you can say about it, True Drop. It has the acting that would blow anybody away.
It's a masterpiece. It really is.
The way that they did the Spider-Man universe without Spider-Man is the best I've ever seen. How can you make a Spider-Man universe great? Do not put Spider-Man in it. And that was what they did. Sidney, you can take, and also what I like the way they did. They can take a great character with great actress Sydney Sweeney and totally make her not worth being there. She might as well be in a jumpsuit because she was not doing anything. And why do you put her in a movie like that and not even let her wear her outfit? I'll never know. It was such great storytelling. It made me cry. It made me cry because I had to pay like $6.50 to watch this thing. As you can see by now, that wasn't my number one. That wasn't my number one. Even though Drew Drop believed me. I know he believed me.
Yeah, I totally believed him.
No, my number one movie is Deadpool and Wolverine. It took a lot of back and forth. It's Inside Out 2 and Deadpool and Wolverine. I didn't know for sure which one would win out. For the heart, I would say Inside Out 2 would have been my number one. But the overall good feeling, action, the culmination of actually seeing Wolverine toe-to-toe with Deadpool. And Wolverine is the biggest part of this number one for me. Seeing him back as Wolverine is what put it over the top for me.
Wolverine's the best part of the movie.
Yeah, nothing against Ryan Reynolds and everything, because if it wasn't for him, Wolverine would not have been back. To see that dynamic in there and see him play Wolverine one more time was worth it for me. That is the reason why it is my number one. The story was good enough to keep it into the things, but even though the multiverse was very confusing, I did it for Hugh Jackman because he put it over the top for me. That's my number one movie for 2024.
All right. Well, my number one movie it's shocking, but you know the director said I'll be really surprised by this movie.
Is it Craven?
It's Craven. And
what?
Yeah, it really is. It's Craven. No, I'm not watching anything else. I was watching Craven. Like I remember when I went and watched it. My dad was like, You're gonna watch Peak?" And I was like, "Yes, I'm gonna watch Peak." And like I remember, me and my dad went down there. We bought our tickets. We watched it, and we was absolutely bored out of our ever-loving mind. It just stuck, and we never watched it.
We didn't even get to see it. That's how he loved it so much. He could just see in his head that he was gonna love it.
I could just see in my head that I was gonna love it so much that I didn't watch it.
He didn't even want to give it a chance because he loved it. You know.
No, all jokes aside.
Yeah.
My number one movie is Sonic the Hedgehog 3. I absolutely love this movie. It is everything I wanted as a Sonic the Hedgehog fan. It's peak. Literally, you have Sonic, you have Shadow, Tails, Knuckles. You have all. Oh, I could go on for hours and hours about this movie. The action was sick. The set pieces were sick. It was everything that we were leading up to in the Sonic the Hedgehog universe. It's my favorite Sonic the Hedgehog movie. It's my favorite video game movie of all time. Heck yeah, bro.
I'm just shocked that Deadpool and Wolverine didn't even make the top 10. Woo!
Yeah, Deadpool and Wolverine didn't make the top 10. Sorry.
There you go. I thought at least get a number 10, but oh well. That is a shocker, Drew Drop. But hey, like I said, it's the movies you like.
Yeah,
the movies I like.
Yeah, I mean, Deadpool and Wolverine was a good movie. It was. But it didn't make the top 10 list because I like the other ones better. Yeah, personally.
You're a big Sony Sega fan.
I'm more of like
not Sony, but Sega.
I like more animation, more anime, video games. So it didn't make my list because I enjoyed the other ones better. Well, that's why I put them on there. But it's not a bad movie. I like it. It's
all right. Well, that's good picks all the way around. I'm going to do some honorable mentions. Do you want to rotate, or do you want just me say all my honorable mentions?
Each say one. Okay, my first honorable mention is The Boys in the Boat. I put this as an honorable mention. It was kind of came out in a weird time because it came out at late December 2023, and we couldn't include it on the main list because it didn't come out in 2024. But then we saw it in 2024 on the big screen. Kind of weird that way. But I absolutely love the movie. It's a good movie. But it fell in that in between Is it on your list too?
No, I didn't even have it down. I guess it wasn't in the year.
Well, I made an exception for that.
I understand what you did. That's why I didn't.
That's why I didn't include it on my main list. If I could put it on the main list, I would. I couldn't put it on the main list because it's not a 2024 movie.
All right, my first one would be Furiosa, a Mad Max saga. I debated on even giving a thing. I liked Anna Taylor-Joy in this movie. She did a very good job, and it wasn't woke like everybody said. She had another guy in the movie that helped her become the bad butt that she was.
Oh, yeah.
So I thought the action alone was well worth it.
My next honorable mention is Transformers 1. It was a good, solid movie. It did not make the list because it was a good movie, but it's not a great movie. It was a good, solid movie. It didn't make my list. So that's the next one for Transformers.
Okay, my next one is Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice, it was okay. I didn't love the first one. Mm-hmm. It was more like the first, maybe a little bit more going on in it. It was my second honorable mention.
My next one is Spy Family Code White. That is an anime movie. With that one, I thought it was a good, cute little movie. Like I said, it doesn't compare to all the other movies. It was a good movie. Don't get me wrong. I'm going to get it on Blu-ray, all of that. I like Spy Family. But it's just a fun little movie.
All right, and my final honorable mention is Demon Slayer to the Hashira training.
Hashira training.
I liked it enough of all the ones he did and talked about. I liked it the best because I really want to see what happens in the next ones on that.
And we're going to have another one. We're having another one next year with the Infinity Castle.
I like those movies. I gave it an honorable mention.
All right, and then my last honorable mention is If. The movie If. It almost made the list. I did not have it make the list because I liked, of course, the other one's better. It was a good family little movie. There you go.
Okay, this is your turn now. Tell us what's your top 10 movies. Put them in the comments, your top 10 movies of 2024. Tell us why you didn't like our picks. Tell us why you loved our picks. Tell us which one got it closer, me or the Drew Drop. Put your comments down there. Share it on X. Share it on all the different platforms out there and let people know about the channel because we're getting close to 1,000 subscribers, people. We're getting really close to that, and there's just a few more people, and we can be in there. Definitely leave comments and share this on social media. I'm just happy that we got to see how the movies did. I got to see them with my son, the Drew Drop. I'm really happy to be able to be around for this year because, you never promised, anything in this life.
It's never promised anything.
It's been great to be with you guys for this whole year. This is a big shout out for the whole year from me and the Drew Drop making videos. And I appreciate you here on the Badraven channel. You guys make the channel go on, and we just want you to come back and watch more videos with us.
Well, I have tons of reviews for next 2025. We have tons of movies coming out. We got Superman coming out, Fantastic Four. We got
the Thanksgiving too.
Oh yeah, the second Thanksgiving movie's coming out next year. We're also getting a sequel to Megan, which is Megan 2.0.
Oh yeah,
we're getting that.
Thunderbolts. Hopefully that's a good movie because we like Florence Pugh in it.
Another one, we got Demon Slayer, of course, the Infinity Castle that I mentioned. That's getting a movie. All kinds of good movies are coming out next
we got a ton of them coming out, and we want you guys to be there to watch them with us. We are so happy that you come and finish watching this video. If you watched this far, we appreciate you here on the Badraven channel. I just want to say thank you from the Badraven and from the Badraven and the Drew Drop. We're going to let you go, and we'll talk at you later. And
Drew Drop out.
And remember, the Badraven is your friend. Goodbye.